Oh man, I don't even want to do an intro for this because I have too many thoughts right now. Friends, my name is Gabrielle and this is FrumiousReads, and I have been up for the past 6 hours because Gilmore Girls The Revival has just come out and I just finished watching it and I have so many emotions. Oh my god, I am so angry but also happy, and I have chills, but I'm also like, I can't breathe. Oh my god, I just need to hyperventilate for a second. I don't know what I was expecting of The Revival, but it was definitely not what I got. Now, I love Gilmore Girls. I have watched ever since I was a kid. My graduation cap, which you can see right here, says in omnium apparatus, which is prepared for anything. I'm gonna go overall opinion. I thought it was great. I thought that they did so well with updating all the characters. Mostly everyone who had an influential role in Gilmore Girls showed up. I thought that was perfect. I feel like they stayed true to the originality of the characters that we were presented with back when Gilmore Girls was still running. And so in The Revival, we get to see those characters again, but we get to see them as they've grown up, and as, like, you could see the career paths that they've once chosen maybe have not worked out, so they turned to something else. And I thought that was really good because that's really reflective on what happens in real life. Each episode was like a mini movie, so it was basically 4 movies that I watched. 4 movies in a row. The plot tied into each other very nicely. It didn't feel like it was jumping around everywhere, except for in, I think it was it spring? The third episode. The third episode was the only one that I felt like kind of got off track, and I feel like there were a good 15-20 minutes of it where it just wasn't needed. So basically, the plot, for those of you guys who don't really know, basically Rory and everyone has grown up and she is really struggling to find what she wants to do in life. So it's a lot of a journey of like realizing that your career isn't what you thought it would be, and maybe you've had a few good years, and then all of a sudden now it's just downhill and you can't seem to find your footing. I felt myself being so nostalgic because I've rewatched all of the Gilmore Girls episodes. I know every single episode, and I was watching this, I'm like, this is Gilmore Girls, but I haven't seen it yet. Like, it's new material. Overall opinion, I thought it was great. I thought that they did so well with updating all the characters. Like Richard's death, because the cat whose name I can't remember, the actor who played him has actually died in real life. They tied that into the entire thing, and I thought that was great. Freaking Dee Dee. Why? Dee Dee. Why? I was so angry at first with Dee Dee, and you guys will know who this is if you've seen it. I was so angry at first with Dee Dee, and then as it went on, I really liked how they ended that. That was probably one of my favorite scenes, was when they brought Dee Dee and all of the original group back, as a hint, all of them back, and just really tied off their endings really well. There were so many characters who I feel like had great goodbye scenes. Dean ended up showing up, of course, we've seen him in the promos. Rory saying goodbye to Dean was great. Okay, Jared Padalecki is super crazy busy because he's on Supernatural, and Supernatural, it takes up a main part of his time. So the entire time, my reaction, I have 4 bullet points here that says, where's Dean? Where's Dean? Why is Dean not here? The way she said goodbye to Logan was really, really, really great. I love how they tied that off. I wasn't a huge fan of Logan at all, but I love how they tied off his character and Rory's character. In her adult life, he was a big part of it. I loved Emily in this. I thought that her characterization was great. She had the best character arc, in my opinion. If I'm going overall character arc, I don't feel like Lorelai has changed a ton with these extra 4. I feel like we got a little bit more of an insight. I feel like Rory grew a little bit more here. I feel like that it showed really good character development for her. But overall, Emily had the best character arc that I've seen on this show. She just, in the last episode, she is such a badass. Like, she's just so cool, and oh my god, I was dying. She's my new favorite. I've always loved Emily, but now, after seeing this, like, I really love her. Things I didn't like. Not many. One thing I didn't like is that a lot of the 3rd episode didn't need to be there, and here's what I think happened. Amy Sherman-Palladino, she had a different show called Bunheads that had a lot of the same characters from Gilmore Girls in it. Like, a lot of the same actors went and played in Bunheads, and so one of the episodes just has a ton of cameos from the actors who were starring in Bunheads, so I feel like she just kind of gave them their own spotlight in the Gilmore Girls story, and I felt like that was really unnecessary, and it didn't really, to me, it didn't didn't really have much to do with the overall plot. It was just kind of like it was a filler. And that was all it was a giant filler episode, and there was a lot of it which I'm like, you guys could have done a lot more, like different story building, you could have done a lot more, introducing old characters and having like showing what they've been up to and that kind of thing. I feel like a lot of the other characters grew, but when it comes to the main characters, Rory did a little bit, but not as much as we would have hoped. Lorelai did a little bit, but not overall as much as we would have hoped. It was more like Luke and Lorelai were finishing up their story, and then Rory was kind of restarting hers. Wish they had used that extra time that they used as a filler in episode 3 to do more of that character growth with the main characters. I have to talk about the ending. I sat up and screamed no at the TV when that happened. Because I was checking like, oh god, 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 1 minute, what? Part of me loves it. Part of me really, I'm not going to say the ending, but those of you who have watched it already know what I'm talking about. Part of me loves the ending. I love that they brought that into Rory's life. It really kind of fits with the way that they took Rory's character in this revival. And part of me hates it because, one, I think they only did it for shock factor. Two, that's the last thing that they leave us with. Whatever closure that we had there, I feel like it just got ripped open all over again. I'm still processing how I feel about it. Part of me likes it because I'm like, okay, yeah, this is cool because I like how they would have done it, but I like it in the sense that I want to see what they do next with it, and that's the part that gets me, is we're not going to see that. We're not going to see what they do next. Oh my god, why would you do this? Oh no. Overall, I loved it. Oh no, I'm gonna cry. No, I'm not crying. Okay, overall I loved it. There was nothing, all the things I have to say bad about it are vastly overshadowed by everything I loved about it. If you guys have not seen Gilmore Girls, then everything is now on Netflix, so you need to. When I was watching this, like, everything about watching this, like, influenced me growing up. Like, I always wanted to be Rory. I always wanted to read, and I wanted to write, and I wanted to do all this stuff, and it was just because of how much I watched Gilmore Girls, and me and my mom are basically Lorelai and Rory right now, which is amazing, and I think it's because we bonded so closely over this. Having this back as an adult and getting to, like, have that same feeling of excitement and rewatching the episodes and seeing Stars Hollow again just for the first time was amazing and breathtaking, and I loved it. That's my overall whole opinion of it. If you guys haven't seen it yet, then why not? You guys need to. Oh my god, it's amazing. If you even like vaguely liked Gilmore Girls, you'll like this because it's so good. It's just so perfectly well done. I should probably sleep, but I'm too amped right now on adrenaline, so I'm probably gonna edit this and then just pass out or go Black Friday shopping. I don't know. It depends on how much energy I have left. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys haven't subscribed to my channel already, then you definitely should, because not only do I upload bookish videos twice a week, but I'm starting to get into more film, reacting to TV trailers and movie trailers and that kind of stuff. But that's all I have for you guys today. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys later. Okay. Bye.